In tonight's news, big-time horse racing is headed for Osceola County.
Investigators zero in on the cause of that tragic ferry mishap off the coast of Belgium. We'll tell you about a little-known law that helps the handicapped at the gas pump and bring you the story of a bona fide canine hero.
Central Florida's NewsCenter 2 Nightcast is next.
Even with all you spend to keep your home beautiful, you may be overlooking something. Termites, hiding just beneath the surface, destroying your home from the inside out. Call Orkin.
You know, for about the price these people are having to pay to fix this one door frame, we can protect your whole house.
After that, if termites ever damage your home, we'll repair it, whatever the cost.
Call number 1. For termites, we just might be all the protection you'll ever need.
Looks like another early start to an exciting day at Winn-Dixie. And it takes a lot of hard work to bring you a sale this big. It's Winn-Dixie's Location Manager Sale. Winn-Dixie serves up savings on Maxwell House coffee. Save now on a 1-pound bag of Maxwell House coffee at just $2.48. And for rich taste in an instant, serve Maxwell House instant coffee. Winn-Dixie has an 8-ounce jar for only $3.88. It's the Location Manager Sale at Winn-Dixie, America's supermarket.
What do you know about cranberries?
I know I like Ocean Spray.
What do you know about cran apples?
Apple juice is never like this.
Good for you, tastes so good too. Cran apple.
The unique cranberry has essential things your body needs. So does cran apple, the good-for-you cranberry apple drink.
Better taste it, fresh and flavor.
Ocean Spray.
Cranberry drinks.
It's good for you, America, from Ocean Spray.
WESH-TV and Y106 Radio welcome master illusionist Doug Henning to Central Florida. Tickets available at all select-to-seat outlets and at the Tupperware box office. Be there April 4th. It'll be magic.
The preliminary reports which I have received suggest that the cause of the capsize of the vessel was an inrush of water through the bow loading doors.
The cause of Friday's tragic ferry accident off Belgium is narrowed down. Good evening. This is Central Florida's NewsCenter 2 Nightcast. I'm Steve Rondinero.
And I'm Andrea Coudrier. We'll have the latest on the rescue efforts in a moment, but first, tonight's top story. Osceola County will soon get a major sports facility and its largest single employer. Plans were unveiled today for the county's first horse track. As NewsCenter 2's Byron Pitts reports, this is no small-time attraction.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural race.
This was only the inaugural race for financiers, friends, and reporters. Big-time quarter horse and thoroughbred racing will come to Osceola County in September of 1988. If all goes as planned, it will bring with it 2,000 full and part-time jobs and $118 million in revenue the first year. Wharton Park will be just 2.5 miles from Epcot Center's front gate. Racetrack President Jim Wharton says that's bound to help ticket sales.
Well, we, of course, hope to have a lot of tourists, but our studies were actually based upon permanent population within a 50-mile area, and we found that in excess of 7,000 people would like to attend races daily here in Central Florida. So when you...
The grandstand and clubhouse will look more like an office building than your typical track. This $50 million project comes 10 months after Osceola voters approved racetrack betting. Marion County has been known as the birthplace of great racehorses for years. Now neighboring Osceola County is on track to build its reputation as a great place for horse racing. In Osceola County, Byron Pitts, NewsCenter 2, Nightcast.
Plans are also in the works for 2 more horse racing facilities in Osceola County. The Osceola Quarter Horse Association has been issued a permit to build a racetrack. Another permit is pending for Osceola Turf Club. A plan taking shape in the Florida Senate would put lottery tickets on sale in about a year and pledge the proceeds to education. The Select Senate Committee on the Lottery agreed today that the lottery should begin April 1st of 1988 and that the money should go for programs to improve the state's schools. The governor has opposed spending the lottery money solely on education, but an aide said he will probably go for the Senate Committee's plan. The lottery is expected to earn $415 million a year, with each and every resident of Florida spending $95 annually on lottery tickets.
NASA's budget, in fact, the space agency's very future, was the subject of a hearing in Brevard County today. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Lawton Childs trying to get a handle on where the priorities are. Childs told the assembled NASA, Air Force, and aerospace industry leaders that if this budget is to fly, they'll have to convince the average American that he stands to gain by funding a more elaborate space program. Childs doesn't think that'll be easy.
I think the program will be under attack, and I think it will be a challenge to see that we can convince people that we're going to need to go forward.
The Space Agency is asking for $9.5 billion in the coming fiscal year. That's an increase of 10%. Hanging in the balance are the new shuttle to replace Challenger and the space station project. A jail term could be in the offing for Colonel Oliver North unless he finds a way out of the Iran-Contra arms scandal, and he is trying. North was headed for a courtroom today to hear arguments over a second lawsuit he has filed, calling efforts to strengthen the independent counsel in the case a maneuver.
Well, we thought enough of it to file suit against that maneuver.
Counsel Lawrence Walsh contended in court that North is trying to halt his investigation by filing those, quote, rapidly proliferating lawsuits. John Kohler didn't last long as White House communications director. He resigned today after just 1 week on the job. Kohler is seen as the latest victim of a drive by new White House Chief of Staff Howard Baker to rebound from the Iran arms scandal. Kohler had succeeded Patrick Buchanan.
British investigators today said the capsize of that ferry boat off the coast of Belgium last Friday occurred when water pushed through its front loading doors. They say the vessel had no design defects. Those findings give credence to reports that the bow doors of the ship were left open as it departed from Belgium. Meanwhile, salvage operations began today off the coast of Zeebrugge, Belgium, for the ship's wreckage. So far, 53 bodies have been recovered from the ferry. Another 81 people are still missing and presumed dead. Up next, a Tell 2 report on upgrading your auto mechanic's image.
And help for the handicapped at Central Florida gas pumps.
Good morning. Burger King presents breakfast to go. Yeah, to go. Croissant to go. French toast sticks to go. Breakfast to go. Burger King, the best food for fast time.
Gather round, mighties, and you shall hear of the greatest show from far or near. They sing and they dance on water with ease. But they're not just in boats, they're on water skis. It's the best of us pirates in hundreds of years. You'll be jumping and screaming and laughing to tears. So bring everyone, all you boys and girls, to the new Ski Pirate Show at our great Sea World. It doesn't quite rhyme, but you get the point.
For as long as there's been grass to mow, man has tried to find the best way to mow it. Introducing the Yazoo Red Rider. Built by the company that's made commercial mowers for 40 years, with smooth, engaging automotive-type gears, go where you want gear and pinion steering, and heavy-duty 11-gauge steel construction. On the toughest terrain, it makes the cut. The Yazoo Red Rider, the commercial-quality mower for your own backyard.
The law is on the books, but you probably haven't heard much about it. Most folks haven't. That's why NewsCenter 2's Sheila O'Connor is doing this story to get the word out to those Central Florida residents who, by law, can get full-service treatment at self-service gas pumps.
Mary Henkin keeps busy running errands for herself and for her job at the Center for Independent Living. Because she is handicapped, she can go to a full-service station and get full service at the self-service pumps. The local Texaco station will also check her oil. Most service stations just ask the handicapped to pay cash at the pump like other self-service customers.
Well, actually, what they're getting is they're getting total full service for self-service prices. In other words, our men will pump the gas for them and whatever else they need to their car for the self-service price.
All full-service stations are supposed to have these decals on their gas pumps to let handicapped drivers know they can get the full treatment here. State officials in charge of the program say they've contacted most full-service stations about the law, but say it's possible some may not know about it. If a gas station knowingly doesn't abide by the law, it can be fined $500, and the owner could spend up to 3 months in jail. If you don't have one of these stickers on your vehicle, the service station doesn't have to give you full service. To get one of these authorized state stickers, just go to your license tag office and pay $5. Sheila O'Connor, NewsCenter 2.
Now, again, the thing to bear in mind here, as Sheila pointed out, this law applies only to full-service gas stations that also have self-service pumps.
A study by a state Senate committee shows Florida needs to toughen its lemon law to protect consumers when they buy a bad car. The Senate Economic, Community, and Consumer Affairs Committee says car buyers would be more likely to get a refund if they could complain to a state-run arbitration board. Last year, more than 1 million new cars were sold in Florida at an average cost of $12,000 each. The study says that over 80% of new car buyers experienced problems that could have been considered under the lemon law. Getting your car repaired is the subject of tonight's Tell 2 report. Auto mechanics suffer from a credibility problem. Generally speaking, people just don't trust them. Well, an association of auto repair people is trying to change that image, and John McIntyre has details.
What if it was your job to convince people that auto mechanics aren't so bad, that you can trust them and shouldn't fear them? You'd have a tough job ahead of you.
As soon as the person gets out of their car and walks into our doors, their defense mechanisms are up.
Joanne Lynch has a tough job ahead of her. The Orlando Automotive Service Association spokesperson is embarking on a campaign to change the image of Central Florida mechanics. Right now, the image is basically
someone who, the minute they drive up to their shop, has a cigarette hanging out of their mouth, a baseball cap on backwards, greasy overalls, their hands are just covered in dirt, they barely acknowledge them, pop open the hood, mumble a few things to themselves, write out this most horrible estimate, service estimate or whatever, and slap it to the person and say, here, turn around and leave.
Her plan to change the image is to get more new members in her association. There are only about 29 right now. And then she wants to establish standards by which everyone should operate. Mechanic Ron Durstein thinks area mechanics have a bad image in part because people just passing through town are so easy to take advantage of. The temptation is too great for some mechanics to resist.
It's like taking a car, you break down on a turnpike. You hope that they fixed it, and they know, if they're not honest, that you're going to be 500 miles away before something happens.
We get a lot of people that come, spend 2 or 3 weeks with their cars, and I think a lot of people have taken advantage of these poor tourists.
Joanne Lynch wants to convince all of us that while some mechanics are dishonest, most are not. That you may have to watch yourself a little bit, but if you look hard enough, there's always a friendly Mr. Goodwrench right around the corner. Joanne Lynch has a tough job ahead of her. Meanwhile, remember that to protect yourself against unscrupulous mechanics, demand a written estimate. And if you think the estimate is too high, get a second opinion. I'm John McIntyre with the Tell 2 Consumer Report.
And if you have a consumer-related problem of any kind, we'll be glad to help. Just call Tell 2 at 1-800-TEL-WESH, weekdays between 11 and 1.
While we're talking autos, there are still some ifs before the deal is sealed, but Chrysler has announced its intention to buy American Motors. It could end up being a billion-dollar-plus deal. And it looks like U.S. Air has put together the package needed to buy Piedmont Airlines for almost $1.6 billion, apparently heading off an unwelcome TWA attempt to buy out U.S. Air. You need a scorecard anymore.
That's right, you do. Up next, Dave Marsh with tomorrow's forecast.
Might want to get a sweater handy. We'll explain.
I'm going to play all day, I'm going to sail in the sun. A day of entertainment, a day full of fun. So much to do, it's hard to choose. When Seascape takes you on a day cruise.
It's spring break for senior citizens, April 1st through June 30th. Just $54 per person from Port Canaveral. Round-trip bus transportation included. Call for details. Join the fun.
Let Seascape take you on a day cruise.
Florida Spring, our best for the best time of year, a major happening at Belk Lindsay. Embrace springtime in soft separates by Piquette, the affordable collectible. Wonderful unconstructed blazers, top sweaters, and skirts, as well as soft two-piece dressing and a fabulous flash of color. And a must for every man's wardrobe, the irresistible knits, Players by Van Heusen, just $12.99. They're cotton poly blends, so they're comfort plus. Choose solids or bold, vibrant stripes. Only the best. Florida Spring at Belk Lindsay.
Ah, Bunja. Met the locals, I see. I was asking directions, Sahib. Well, that's it then. You didn't use the phone book. Just won't do. Won't do at all. After all, it has the most complete yellow pages. Sahib. It's easy to use. Has tons of discount coupons. Oh, may I have the phone book, precipitous one? Absolutely, old fellow. But whatever for? a chiropractor.
Oh, the phone book from United Telephone and Donnelly Directory.
Look, maybe you think that one store brand is as good as another. Well, only Eckerd brand has this guarantee. If you're not satisfied, Eckerd Drugs will replace it with a comparable national brand, free. Store brands. You still think they're all alike?
Time. It's what everybody wants and nobody has enough of. But there is one place where you can pick up a little extra time. Eckerd.
That's the reason there's Eckerd, because America can't wait.
Well, Mother Nature's gone absolutely bananas in the Midwest, and Dave's here to tell us about it.
This has been a wild winter. We've had a nice winter down here. We're used to a couple of cold shots, but we've only had one this year. That wasn't bad. We've had a wet winter. They're normally dry. And up north, the last couple of days, we've been reporting some very high temperatures. That includes your home state, Michigan. Well, in Detroit and around that area, they were in the 70s yesterday. Well, right now in Detroit, just told you, 19 degrees. The wind chill is 14 below. Flint, Michigan at 17. The wind chill there 16 below. I go down here to my hometown of Toledo, 18 degrees, and the wind chill at 10 degrees below zero. What a difference 24 hours makes. Let's take a look at the map. I'll show you what's going on. By the way, this really isn't going to affect us. We're going to be experiencing some changes, but no way are we going to get this Arctic air down here. And it really covers a large part of the country. This cold front, well, that's just the leading edge, the cold air pushing to the south, a little bit of rain along the mid-Atlantic coast. Nothing heavy, mind you, but it is mixing with a little bit of snow up in Pennsylvania and the southern New England area. This has been very, very light. Now, the difference in temperatures, we do have it on a streamlined form here. Didn't put a lot of temperatures on the map because that really doesn't help to make the point. You see this band of temperatures down here in the south? Those are 70s, and each change in color all the way up to the north-central part of the country is about a 10-degree change in the temperatures. You just go 70, 60, 50, and so on up to the teens. We get up to northern Michigan, also the northern plains region. Again, that should be pushing primarily toward the east, but a little bit to the south as well. But it's moderating considerably. That jet stream cutting across from west to east, so we're not getting a strong push down here, even though that cold front is expected to make it down over central Florida. The current temperature in Gainesville is 59 degrees, Daytona Beach 57 rather, and 60 degrees in Orlando. Over in Tampa, it's 64 degrees there. Now, we have mostly clear skies for the southern half of the state. A little bit of low cloudiness up in the northern area, say from Daytona Beach over to Cedar Key northward, and then favoring the coastline until we get up to the Carolinas where it's extremely cloudy. That's all pushing out. And again, we should be seeing a lot of sun here for the next couple of days. Things drying out for a change, and all those areas that are experiencing that high water table right now, the water just sitting there. It'll take a couple of days to dry off, but it will be leaving us. The current pressures right now in Orlando rising 29, 83. The wind southwest at 8, relative humidity 78%. Daytona Beach rising 29, 80. Melbourne rising at 29, 84. Now watch the pressure for the next 24, 36 hours. We'll see it continue to rise with that front coming over, the colder, drier air taking over. Those things should be just shooting right on up. Let's take a look at our weather picture for tonight. This is a beauty. This one taken out west, this particular weather picture, and it was taken by Dana Southworth or Bana Southworth. Dana, you know how to pronounce your name. We don't, but this was taken, by the way, out of Whidbey Island in the state of Washington. She was out there to see her son, and your husband sent this in, Ken Southworth. Said it's your birthday today, so happy birthday. What a great picture it is for your birthday. Now, here's the forecast for tomorrow. Maybe some early showers, but not much expected. I wouldn't be concerned about it. Becoming sunny after that. The low is about 56, the highs in the low 70s. The winds will be west, 10 to 15 miles per hour, getting around to the northwest. Then Wednesday through Saturday, right now, it looks as if it's going to be sunny and dry, and those temperatures right around 70 degrees, but there will be a chill in the early morning hours, with Wednesday morning the readings in the upper 40s. So you'll need a sweater or a jacket, something like that, but no freeze expected.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay. Still to come, man's best friend at his best.
Plus, in sports, not everyone is happy about the NCAA basketball tournament. Buddy fills us in next.
Still no word.
Recently, 10 best-selling latex paints were brought together in an independent test to take the guesswork out of finding a quality flat wall paint.
Hot, huh?
Each was tested on the toughest measurement of all, scrub resistance. The winner?
Glidden Spread Satin.
New improved Glidden Spread Satin. It outscrubbed them all, and it's on sale now. Glidden. Your paint should be this good.
of so many RV owners bought a lot at Vacation and Resort.
We've camped up and down the East Coast, and this is just quality, 100%. The sites, the facilities, the grounds, the maintenance, the people, it's just perfect. I love the pool.
We like the Owners Club also. You're close to fishing, golf courses, stores.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 11.
Vacation and Resort in West Palm Beach on Military Trail north of 45th Street.
Get there any way you can. Get to your Mazda dealer's moving days. Get there for Mazda cash incentives that mean incredible savings on every 87 Mazda car in stock. Save on 323s, save on 626s, on RX-7s, and save hundreds more on Mazda B2000 trucks. But if you want to save big, get there now, because Mazda cash incentives absolutely end March 31st.
Get a great Mazda deal today in Daytona Beach, Leesburg, Merritt Island, and Orlando.
Every day, someone gets a problem solved, a question answered. Try it. It works. Tell 2 tomorrow.
Tourney time is upon us.
That's true. Folks not real happy, though.
Why not?
One guy in particular. I tell you, the NCAA basketball tournament gets underway on Thursday in various sites across the country. The Florida Gators making their very first NCAA tournament appearance. They play their first game Friday against NC State. Now, one of the teams that will be missing from this year's postseason play is the Louisville Cardinals. And although they lost 14 games this season, Louisville head coach Denny Crum is furious because his team got overlooked.
They make our league the laughing stock of the nation based on a bad decision for the amount of money that was brought in. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but in spite of that, I think it was just a personal slap from the NCAA to our conference for not for letting Memphis play in the tournament.
Okay, now Coach Crum was so mad about his team not being selected to take part in the NCAA tournament, particularly since they are the defending champs, he has now turned down an offer to take part in the NIT tournament as well. Crum simply saying his heart is not in it. No real surprises in the final college rankings for the regular season. UNLV, the running Rebels, at top again for the 6th week in a row. Indiana is number 2, North Carolina number 3. Georgetown and DePaul round out the top 5. In the number 6 position, the Purdue Boilermakers, Iowa number 7, Temple number 8. The SEC champs, Alabama number 9, and Syracuse is number 10. Now, turning to the NBA for a Monday night, you couldn't ask for a much better matchup than Michael Jordan against Dominique Wilkins, and that's what you get when you got the Bulls and the Hawks getting together. It was mostly Dominique in the early stages of this one. He was hitting not a lot of slamming, but hitting a lot from the outside and from the jumper range. Watch this one off the glass for 2 more of his points on the night. Coming up a little later, watch the steal here. The shot over. Jordan will come up with it. Now watch the behind-the-back pass to Oakley in for another easy 2 for the Bulls, but it would not be that easy of a night. Once again, for Michael Jordan, as he would stuff this one home, he would have 31 points on the night, but in the final tally, it would be Dominique making smooth moves like this and the Hawks winning it 108 to 103 over the Bulls. All right, now for too long, academics have been overshadowed by athletics as far as a lot of students are concerned. But the University of Central Florida is setting up a program along with the Orange County school system that will help a lot of the underachieving students make the grade.
The UCF program will involve student-athletes, both men and women, from a variety of intercollegiate sports, coming into all the middle schools and high schools in Orange County and talking with kids, not just student-athletes in the schools, but kids generally, about the need to balance participation in sport with academic study.
I guess the thing you learn more over the years as a coach is that you really want to help students. And this is the best thing that I've ever seen in terms of taking young students in junior high and high school and telling them, look, if you will cut the mustard, here's a place that you can go. Here's a way that you can help yourself. And that's the thing I like the most about it.
Okay, sounds like a good program with some good ideas. Let's turn to baseball. In exhibition action for a Monday night down in Fort Lauderdale, the Minnesota Twins showing some come-from-behind power as they edge the New York Yankees with a 9th-inning rally. Now, the Twins were trailing 4-1 heading into the 8th. At the plate, it's Larkin. Eugene doubles this one into the corner. That's good enough to score. Bean all the way from first, and that would close the gap to a 4-2 lead. The Yankees still on top now in the 9th. 2 men on. Timmy Laudner at the plate, pinch hitting. This one, you guessed it, it's gone deep over the right field fence off Rigetti. That's good for a 3-run homer. The Twins come back to win it in the 9th inning, 5-4 over those New York Yankees. All right, a completely different type of game played between the Astros and the Expos. If you like a lot of runs, Osceola County Stadium was the place to be. This one right back up the middle by Tim Wallach will score 1 run.
That was only one of many runs on the afternoon. As you can see, Astro fans really weren't that happy. Even the pitcher was rocking everybody. Nepper gets licked by Lynn Barker here, which would score 2 more. They would score 7 runs in the first inning of this game. The Astros come back to pick up a little hit. Nice hit-and-run action by Glenn Davis would score 2. That would make it a 7-3 ball game at that stage of the game. But there was a lot more to come for those Expos on the afternoon. In the 4th inning, they would score 10 runs, including this grand slam that just drops over the right field fence. Yeah, some of them were happy, but not everybody else was if you're an Astro fan. But the final 19-3, the Expos win that one this afternoon down at Osceola County Stadium. That's it.
So you're going to promise me some Oriole highlights when they come up Friday?
That's right. They'll be here, matter of fact, I think Friday the 13th, I think, yeah.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Andrea?
We'll meet a dog hero right after this.
Since the Isuzu I-Mark is a family car, I brought my family to tell you about it.
It's so roomy. I use it to deliver pianos in my spare time.
It looks neat, so it's great for picking up chicks. It's front-wheel drive, and it comes with 42 standard features, including aluminum alloy wheels and a poly...
My family. My I-Mark. I think I'll keep them.
For a good, honest value, see the I-Mark at your local Isuzu dealer today.
Spaceport USA. John, this is bound to cost a lot of money. Free parking? Well, I know we're going to have to pay too much to board BC. My goodness. No admission tickets for all of this? All I have to do is buy the film. What a nice young lady.
If you simply must spend money, visit the IMAX Theater or take a bus tour. NASA Kennedy Space Center, Spaceport USA, Florida's best visitor value.
Even with all you spend to keep your home beautiful, you may be overlooking something. Termites destroying your house from the inside out. Call Orkin.
You know, for about the price these people were having to pay to fix this one door frame, we can protect your whole house so this never happens. Let Orkin inspect your house. We'll even do it for free if you call Orkin today. Free. Call number 1. For termites, we just might be all the protection you'll ever need.
Sometimes you feel a little Mexican. And when you feel a little Mexican, try Chi-Chi's new Seafood Fiesta Sampler. One tempting seafood dish after another. Maybe more succulent seafood than you've seen on a table at one time. Dive in for just $6.95 per person. Chi-Chi's, when you feel a little Mexican.
6 canine candidates are competing in a nationwide contest for Dog Hero of the Year. One of them is Frankie, a farm dog from Wisconsin. Bob Neno has the tale.
Frankie lives and works on this horse farm a bit west of Fond du Lac. His partner in the horse business is 29-year-old Mary Marks. Frankie's babysitting today, never mind that the baby is already bigger than he is.
Frankie is a purebred Australian Shepherd, and they are actually born with the instinct to herd. But Frankie does everything out here naturally, and so he'll work a horse with you just as long as you want him to.
Mary's always appreciated Frankie's help, but last May he became a lifesaver when the horse Mary was riding tripped.
And actually did a somersault right over and landed on me. And I tried to get up a couple times. Well, that didn't work out. I knew I broke something. And Frankie was right over by my side as soon as I'd fallen. I started calling for help, and the horse must have dazed him or whatever, and he came running full blast right in my line of direction, and Frankie actually went right around me and herded the horse.
Saving Mary from a trampling, driving the horse away, then barking for help. 5 weeks later, Mary was back, Frankie at her side. Frankie can be a pain in a horse's behind sometimes. Other times, he's the cat's meow. Whether or not Frankie wins the national competition, Mary says he's already her #1 hero. Bob Neno for NBC News in Oakfield, Wisconsin.
Even the cats like Frankie.
Always nice to see a dog make good, right? That'll do it for us. Jackie Brockington starts your day at 6:30 a.m.
We'll be back tomorrow at 6. Bye-bye.